are here in the heartland of America, the Kansas Speedway, as we are set and ready to go racing for 54 laps around this intense track, as this will be the final event for the All-Star festivities to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, I welcome you to Viagra Cup 12. Yes, indeed. For those of you that can remember all the way back when I did the Amp Energy Cup series, I ran this Kansas track. And this Kansas track is absolutely insane. We are going to be seeing some racing like you guys have never seen before at this Kansas Speedway. But you've seen a lot of it so far here at the early stages of this season, because this is the home of the hardest racing in all offline in our 2003. So buckle up your seatbelts a little extra tight, because these drivers are going to be going 200 miles an hour plus, just about damn near all the way around this 1.5 mile oval. And as mentioned, yes, this is the final event where the All-Star festivities take place at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will have details on the All-Star event and the festivities surrounding it in the Discord server, which you can join, the link down below in the description. Now, usually I go ahead and talk about the point standings and how they are heading into this event, but we are actually going to be talking about the All-Star race itself. And first of all, how you qualify for it, and how both the Open and the All-Star race event are all going to go down. And at the end of it, we'll briefly talk about the points. So without further ado, let us bring up here is how to qualify for the All-Star race. There's two criteria to qualify for the All-Star race. The first is being a race winner. The second is that we are going to be taking the 10 highest non-winning drivers in the point standings at the conclusion of this race here today. Those will be the individuals who automatically qualify for the All-Star race. On the first 11 events, we have 9 different winners, which means we can only have a maximum of 10 different winners, and a maximum of 20 drivers will automatically qualify the All-Star race. And yes, at the end of the video, stay tuned, because the entirety of the All-Star field will be set after this race and will be unveiled after this race concludes. Let us now show you how the All-Star Open event will be formatted. And as you can see, the All-Star Open will be 2 segments, 15 laps and then a 10-lap LCQ. The winners from both segments will qualify for the All-Star race, and yes, they will start at the end of the starting lineup for the All-Star race. There will be a full field inversion between the segments, but there's a caveat to this. You must be on the lead lap. And if you do retire from the race, whether it's from a blown motor, or you're getting involved in an accident and it says retired, or it says accident next to your number on the pylon, you are out of the race entirely. You cannot make it into the second segment. The full field inversion will only be from the drivers who finish between third and last in the first segment. The driver who finishes second in the first segment of the Open get to start on the pole position. The rest of the field gets inverted. I feel like that's a fair decision. The driver who finished on the runner-up spot gets to start on the pole for the 10-lap LCQ of the All-Star Open. And as you can see, the final bullet point, qualifying will be determined via the Wheel of Spins. And yes, it will be live streamed right here, very similarly that of what we did for the Clash and the Clash LCQ at the beginning of the season. Now, you know the All-Star Open format. Let us now reveal the All-Star Race format itself. We'll be adding a segment from the Open, so we'll be doing 3 segments of 20 laps, 15, and then a 10-lap shootout. Once again, qualifying will be determined via the Wheel of Spins. Yeah, baby, yeah. The entire field will invert between segments 1 and 2. Once again, have to be on the lead lap. If you're out of the race for whatever reason, you're out of the race entirely. You cannot come back the remainder of the race. And lastly, a wheel spin will determine who gets inverted between segments 2 and 3. And it will be either the top 4, 6, 8, 10, or the entire field that will be inverted between segments 2 and 3, and that will come down to the spin of the wheel. So there it is, y'all. If you have any questions about it, sound off below in the comments or ask away in the Discord server as well. And once again, throughout the entire week, I will be unveiling random information and random things related to the All-Star Race on the Discord page. Briefly here, because I've been rambling on for a while, here's a look at your championship point standings after Darlington and heading here to the Kansas Speedway. Cody Lamas, well, he didn't last very long outside of the points lead. He is back on top of it after his runner-up performance at Darlington. Starting on the front row for this 12th Viagra Cup event, he laid down the fastest lap in yesterday's qualifying session in his first pole award of the season. It is the number 24 machine of James Qualls. We'll see a common theme here at the beginning of this starting order. A lot of drivers who are not doing so hot in the championship standings, they're here at the front. And James Qualls is one of those because he is currently 37th in the point standings as we speak. Starting to his outside in the number 17 Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Ford the Roush Fenway Camp. It is Nathan Hudson. And Nathan is currently second to last in points, 41st. He just dropped a couple of spots after the Darlington event. He starts outside front row. Then in row number 2, driving the number 10 Valvoline Pontiac, it is Steven Gonzalez, 34th in points coming into this one, and rounding out your top 4. In the number 38 M&M's for the Talladega race winner, which means he is automatically qualified for the All-Star race, number 38 of Daniel Boyles. Boyles currently sits 14th in the points, 4 spots out of being inside the championship eliminator. He needs a good run here today to vault himself into the top 10 to join his sister in the championship eliminator at the All-Star break. We are ready to go. It is time for you guys to see the rest of the 42 car starting lineup here. The final race before the All-Star race, Viagra Cup 12. Here we go. 54 laps are on the board for this, the 12th event of this Viagra Cup season. In honor of Memorial Day happening yesterday, you'll see a vast majority of the field of drivers here rocking patriotic paint schemes to honor and salute those who are and have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. And as I mentioned in the pre-race, buckle up your seatbelts a little extra tight, because this Kansas track is going to put everyone in a whirlwind here today. So here we go. James Qualls, Nathan Hudson, two drivers who have struggled so far this season, trying to capture their first career Viagra Cup wins today. The pace car is in. And here we go. 54 laps of racing. Viagra Cup 12 is underway. You will see them go 3, maybe even sometimes 4 wide around this Kansas track. To come around and complete the first lap, Nathan Hudson's already dropped back about 4 or 5 spots, and it will be James Qualls who leads the first lap, gains the valuable bonus point towards the championship standings. Hiccup Bush now goes to the inside. He's going to have the run here as he has Levi McIntyre behind him there, the number 99 machine, rocking the John Deere color since we are in the Midwest. Eric Sadler there in 4th in the 20 machine. And that 17 car continues to slide down. Look at this, near contact there between the 20 and the 19. Sadler and McLeod. I think Hiccup barely led that lap. He did. So Hiccup earns a bonus point. Oh no, Matt McIntyre! RJ Bishop Walsh in our first incident of the day already is out. Went clean and green in Darlington, and in the first 2 laps, we already have an incident. And that is not going to be good whatsoever for the 15 machine. Kyle Matthews there, and of course Matt McIntyre as well. 4th and 5th in the points are already caught up in incidents here today. Wow, that's wild. It's Levi McIntyre, he is the race leader as they come to get the caution for the first time. RJ Bishop also caught up. Well, there he had a 1 race stint of good luck, and now he's back in the doldrums there. Zach Buchanan has a ton of damage as well. It might have been 2 different incidents, because we saw Matt McIntyre in the tri-oval, and then we saw a little bit of a gap there, I think between turn 2 and 1 is where all hell started to break loose. So tough break already here in the first 3 laps. Caution is out. Let's take a look and see what happened to put us under it. He finished 3rd at Darlington. It is the reason why we are under caution for the first time here in Kansas. Number 40 machine of RJ Bishop continues to have the downward spiral here this season. Take a look here. Gets way up. About as high you can go. Into the wall in turns 3 and 4. And there you can see the aforementioned Matt McIntyre is just right there. 40 scraping the wall, rim running the wall. He comes down into Charles Sanford and into Matt McIntyre. Nowhere to go there. Walsh collected in it. Doesn't look like he gets a ton of damage, but there you can see he gets collected in this. Had no wrongdoing at all. And then up ahead, this is where we see Kyle Matthews in the 25 get his damage as they were slowing down. There you can see, yeah, he got put into the wall. And just like RJ Bishop did in turns 3 and 4, he's rim running. The safer barrier ends there and hits Charles Jackson, and nowhere for the 41 car to go either. And there's Buchanan getting involved. Bobby Rodriguez as well. And there is Cody. And it's looking like he makes it through. Did not have a good qualifying effort. And dodges a big-time bullet at the beginning of this one, missing out on this first incident. So a little bang-bang action there. Unfortunate for Matt McIntyre and Tim Walsh. They are in trouble early. And you'll see here that if you have a damage on your race car, it's not going to be a good sign at all. And it's definitely not going to be here for this 0 machine or the number 15 machine either. There you can see the leaders taking the caution there. So they're hitting the panic button early on here in Kansas. We'll take a look at a couple of the onboard replays here. First, with the Zero machine of Matt McIntyre. RJ just rim rides the wall. This is there. Walsh collects him. It's not going to be a pleasant day for this Zero team. And a second onboard perspective will be with the number 25 machine of Kyle Matthews. You see RJ in the wall, into Sanford, into McIntyre. And I don't think he got touched there by Bishop. He just rim rides the wall and then gets into Charles Jackson, and around he goes. And there's Buchanan. Hits him a couple of times, around he goes. And there's Cody. He can now breathe a sigh of relief as he made it through. Welcome back here, everyone. No drivers out of the race after that first incident. Damage was not enough to put him out, but see, we now have 3 cars a lap down, and we're about to have a 4th because Matt McIntyre, I don't know what's going on here with the Zero car. It was looking like he was going to line up in front of the leaders and be technically on the tail end of the lead lap, but now he was just put a lap down, and now he is at the end of the longest line. Is where he should be. Very unfortunate for him. So I'll have to do a good job and pay attention of who gets the lucky dog. Sorry again, Dylan. So here we go. It is Levi McIntyre, James McLeod that will lead us the green flag here on lap 8. Oh boy, this is gonna be intense. These double file restarts have been intense all season long. They will be here again today. Back underway. And a decent restart there by McIntyre, but an even better start there by McLeod. They're already 3 wide, heading into turn 1. Hiccup Bush with a daring move. You can see his car is going to travel up the track there a little bit. My God, this is... Woohoo! It's wild up here. It's the wild, wild Midwest. Here in Kansas, McLeod is way up the top. They are 4 wide back there, just about damn near. And the pole sitter, James Qualls, where did he come from? Takes that lap away from Hiccup. And now Daniel Boyles to the point, but not for long. Here comes Samadowski to the 12. This is miraculous. Look at this. Absolutely sensational racing here at the front. Everyone and their pet frog wants to lead. Coming across the stripe. Collard barely leads over Samet, and now look at this. Anthony Tompkins goes 3 wide. Damn it, man, I always get the Anthonys mixed up. And now he goes in the middle. Seth Cole goes to the bottom. Oh, James Qualls I saw on the wall back there. This is outstanding. This is phenomenal. This is the Viagra Cup. Seth Cole leads. He was 4th last time by, and there he is, the point. Jack Mitchell behind him. Here comes the outside pole sitter back to the front, Nathan Hudson. Didn't get off to a good start, but here he is. He's rebounded, and there's Noah Hart, the Darlington winner, back to the front here in 4th. Mitchell now to the inside of Seth. He takes the lead. Now here comes Hudson to the inside. Getting another drag race here to the line of who leads the lap. It'll be Mitchell by about a half a car length. But now Seth Cole, 3 wide. He does make it 3 wide in turn 2. Mitchell goes up the track. He's going to lose momentum. Drivers there very close to the outside retaining wall. Seth Cole now goes back to the lead. Here comes Fiegel in the 6 and Hiccup in the 18. And there's Galligan. Sean Galligan at the front, trying to redeem himself after a poor effort in Darlington. When he started from the pole, he was at one point last and finished, I think, 37th. He did 38th. But now here he is in 2nd. For now, anyways, here comes McIntyre to the inside. Noah Hart back and 4th. And it's a 3 wide battle for 5th. This is action all happening on the 45 machine of Seth Cole. And now here comes Noah Hart, trying to join Cody and Desiree in the 2-win category, but also win back-to-back events. Once again, he led 53 of the 56 laps in Darlington. He's trying to pick up where he left off, as he is now in second. Reeling in that 45, and we had another wreck. Oh, there must have been. I saw smoke, but the pace car is still in pit road, so no caution. It looks like RJ Bishop might have had something to do with it here, along with the other drivers that were involved: Buchanan, Matthews, and Walsh, and now Bishop into the pits. And Noah Hart to the point. The season continues to get worse for that number 40 machine. Now, if we get another caution, I'll try to remember to go back and see what happened to the 40 car, but he's in the pit road now. Here's Matt McIntyre running by himself, a bunch of damage. Walsh and Buchanan and Matthews all by themselves as well, as we focus back up here to the front. Still Noah Hart, but now here comes Matt Hubert in the 74 machine. Doesn't lead the lap, but he has the run. Bringing Eric Sadler there in the 20, Dylan Young in the 2, making his first appearance here at the front. Side by side. Oh no, they're gonna catch up here quickly to these 3 cars. Oh, we're only 17 laps into this when we're already worrying about lap traffic. Lovely. It's Daytona all over again, and now, oh, can they get it through them? They do, or at least Sadler does, but no one else can. Everyone else gets held up by Kyle Matthews. Oh, D. Young, Noah Hart, and Hubert, the big losers there. That's gonna really jumble things up here in the back. Oh man, we're gonna have to deal with this all race. And now Poteet's getting held up here by Buchanan. Walsh has made his way to the outside line. And oh man, yeah, I remember this back in the day. Lap traffic used to be a huge problem, and it will continue to be here today. RJ Bishop is back out onto the track. Now several laps down, as Eric Sadler has ran away, at least for the time being, with the lead in that number 20 machine. Beautiful Independence colors on his Home Depot Chevy. But Seth Cole, who has had one of the stronger cars here so far in this one, is in second, followed by Texas winner Danny Wells. He knows how to get the job done on the 1.5 miles. He's here in third. LaPlante fourth. Noah Hart and Desiree is quietly in the 6th spot. Let's see. Oh, I don't see where the 40 car is. I think RJ must have come back down to the pits, or he might be out now. Let's see. I think he might be out of the race. I think he is. He's 4 laps down now. I don't think he's on the track. And now look at this. Seth Cole, in a matter of seconds, has already caught up and is about to pass Eric Sadler. This 45 Dodge is strong, and there he goes past him. Now Danny Wells, he's going to try to take away second from that 20 machine. The Dodge is looking pretty solid here early on. And now Danny in the draft, trying to go up to that right rear quarter panel there, and he does, and now to the inside. What a run he got there in turn 2. Noah back here in 4th. Desiree, Austin, outside pole sitter Nathan Hudson. Emmanuel Hartnett is here in 8th, and a battle is for 9th between Sam Oskin and James McLeod. Let's quickly back up here. Let's see where our championship contenders are at the moment. Where is Cody Lamas? There he is, currently sitting 28th that time by. Galligan has fallen way back here in the 23 machine, 31st. And we've seen Desiree's in the top 10. So, yeah, the way things stand, I think Desiree is liking where things are. And there's, well, RJ Bishop's on the track still. All right, so they will continue to be an issue throughout the course of this race. Unfortunately, as now Eric Sadler has gone back to the lead. Seth Cole that time was 5th. Wow. Yeah, you are a sitting duck if you are the leader here, and every one of these drivers gets bunched up. Just like what we see on the super speedways, you get swallowed up whole. And speaking of Desiree, she's here in 2nd. Man, oh man, she is trying to cap off a strong first half of this regular season. 2 wins to her name already, and now she wants to lead down the backstretch and into turn 3 away from that 20. She's gonna take it. with authority. Now Seth Cole to the inside there of the 20. Desiree leads, trying to make history again by going to victory lane for the third time this season. It would most definitely have the points lead, and I think she will after this one, the way things stand. Now Nathan Hudson, good recovery here for that 17 machine. Now he goes to second. Seth Cole might have just let him go there, knowing that he has a very strong car. He can definitely get back that position easily if he wants to. He's gonna try here in turn 1 and 2, just like that. As now, James McLeod here into the picture, along with Allie Rain in the 09. Allie, once again, 8th in the points. Could definitely use a big time run here today to vault her up. And now side by side for the lead is Nathan Hudson, Seth Cole, and Hudson barely got it at the stripe as Desiree falls back to third. Now here comes Allie in that 09, like a bat out of hell here. And they are indeed 4 wide, and oh no, there they go! They saved it! Oh my God, they saved it! They went 4 wide, and for the first time this year, they didn't wreck. But it's gonna definitely cost Nathan Hudson, and I did see a bunch of damage on the right side of Allie Rain's car. Can't really see it here, obviously, but I saw the right side all dented in. It's not really affecting the handling of the car so far, but we'll see. And there you can see it. It's not a whole lot, but it is there. Man, oh man. Hell has frozen over. 4 wide, and they did not wreck. I don't know how they didn't. And oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Again. Only on lap 30, and they've already reached these 3 cars here. Can they navigate through them? It looks like at least Sadler will. And Kyle Matthews is gonna hold up his own teammate there in the 48. Oh my goodness. Here you can see how they do race in the apron. Oh, this is not gonna end well. Please, please, as my voice cracks. It's somehow ending well, I think. Oh no, McLeod. Yeah, McLeod's the biggest loser here. Oh, that's so that you hate to see it. Damn it, man. You hate to see that for McLeod. He was nearing the top 5, and now, oh no, oh God, RJ Bishop. What on earth? Just about LePage the field. Oh, this is not great. This is not great. Oh, Ibrahimian's off the pace here. And look who takes over the lead. Wow. Yeah, but here comes Matt McIntyre in the frame here. And look who's second after all this. It's Carlos Zimmerman. What the heck? Where did he come from? Been one of the most quietly consistent competitors this season, and here he is battling for the lead. And Matt McIntyre, can they please navigate around him smoothly? It looks like they will, at least for the leaders, they will. Oh my God, they almost didn't. That was about as close as you can get. And ladies and gentlemen, I think for the first time in the Viagra Cup, I'm about to do something unprecedented that is, I think, going to help the quality of this race. We'll be right back here in a sec. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a controversial call. I'll leave it up to you. But to improve the quality of this racing that you will see here, we have unfortunately gone ahead and disqualified 4 drivers. Tim Walsh, Zach Buchanan, Kyle Matthews, and then the 0 machine of Matt McIntyre. Unfortunately, they are way too off the pace, and they have affected this race enough where I think this is a reasonable decision to go ahead and just ultimately disqualify them. I don't think they were going to have a chance at winning this, unfortunately. I am sorry if that is not the decision that you 4 would have loved to see, but The lap traffic being in the way has been a big problem throughout the course of this event, and it will stop right here and right now. So let us go ahead and continue with this event. The lap cars will not be an issue. There you can see they are disqualified, which means RJ Bishop, another dead last run for that number 40 machine. Once again, they were super off the pace, and they were not going to get back on the pace either way. So now, with them out of the way, we can focus here on our contenders for the remainder of this race. Eric Sadler with the lead. Desiree was second, but now in about a turn, she's going to lose about 4 or 5 spots. That is sensational, the momentum that she just lost. As now Noah Hart trying to go for back-to-back dubs. Here in second, Hubert's third, and then side-by-side, Zimmerman and McIntyre, Levi that is. Here was Zimmerman. And now Desiree trying to gain that lost track position back. Here comes Trent Dunham into the fold. Haven't talked about Trent all race long, and here he is in 7th spot. And now for the lead, Noah Hart takes it away with ease from Eric Sadler. Now Trent goes side by side with Levi here, lap 38 of 54. There you can see, yes, those individuals are out. Ibrahimian's off the pace here. Doesn't look like he has any damage, so I don't think he'll be a factor in this. He might be, we'll have to wait and see, but he doesn't have any damage, so he won't be disqualified. Now, wow, look at the momentum lost there from Sadler. He was all over the back bumper and must have got an arrow loose there. Now he's gonna fall back to 3rd, maybe even 4th here because of that. You can gain and lose positions in a heartbeat here in the heartland of America at Kansas Speedway. And now look at Trent trying to join the automatically qualified drivers in the All-Star race. Also trying to vault himself up a few spots in the points. He's 25th coming into this one. And now he is trying to reel in that number 4 machine. And now Desiree is as well. She's back up here to the front. Here comes Danny as well in the 9. And now look at this. Sky Commons, haven't talked about him all day. Here he is at the front. Jack Mitchell making his way back to the front. Oh, I think I might have seen a car. Oh, on the apron. Oh no, it's Steven Gonzalez. It is. I was not seeing things. Steven Gonzalez in the doldrums of the track got turned around by somebody, and he's got a ton of damage. I don't know who it was. I barely caught it there at the end, and that is going to be his race in the books. That's tough. And oh man, tough break there for the 3rd place starter in this one, Steven Gonzalez. Noah Hart back to the lead. Sadler back in 2nd. Here comes Sky Commons. He's trying to join the 2-winning club as well. Of course, he won back at Maui earlier in the season. Now a pass for the lead, side by side down the backstretch. Eric Sadler takes the lead away from that 4 machine, and now here comes Sky in the 5. Bringing Danny in the 9. Levi McIntyre, Zimmerman back here at the front as well. Now Noah Hart doesn't have anyone to help him here in the draft, besides Trent Dunham a few car lengths back there. And wow, this 4 car, no help at all. Look at the momentum that he is losing in turn 1 and 2. Now Sadler, he's the sitting duck. And they formed a line behind him with Sky Commons. Levi McIntyre there 3rd, side by side now between Zimmerman and Danny, as they all are in pursuit of this number 20 machine. We're 11 laps to go here, 10 to go this time by. There's Steven, and he is just entering the tri-oval now. These leaders are just exiting turn 2. So we will see if he is indeed going to be a factor. Now McIntyre's moved to 2nd. Zimmerman's falling back here in the 21 machine. And they're single file in the first 5 positions. 10 laps to go here in Kansas. McIntyre in the draft, and now goes to the inside of the 20. Down the backstretch. He's gonna have the momentum. And he will have the lead in turn 3. And there he goes to the lead. Levi McIntyre. And now here comes Desiree finding her way back up to the front again. And now look at this. Anthony Tompkins has joined the lead group here. Michael Norman has 2. Boy, Anthony, I bet you're smiling cheek to cheek right now that you have joined the leaders here at the front on a drafting track. As now McIntyre continues to lead side by side between Sky Commons and Desiree Boyles here for second. And Matt Hubert back at the front. Here comes that 3 car. He's possessed. He's a demon. And he wants to go to victory lane along with everyone else here at the front. McIntyre, he's got to make his car a little bit more wider here as we come to the late stages of this event. Side by side now, Hubert and Sky Commons for second. Looks like Desiree is going to follow the 74, and the 5 is going to drop back here a few spots, potentially. McIntyre continues to lead. Hubert in tow in that 74 machine, looking for his first career Viagra Cup win. Along with McIntyre here. He finished runner-up in Atlanta. And now, side by side, down the backstretch, and Hubert to the point. So the 99 just let him have it. And now Desiree getting a big draft here from the 3. Here comes Tompkins. He's there. He's battling for second. 3 wide and on the apron. 5 to go here in Kansas. Now Danny. He's going to make it 3 wide for second. Unbelievable. 2 for 1 pass there by that number 9 machine. All happening though behind the leader. Matt Hubert side by side here for 4th. Desiree and Eric. Out of turn 4 into the tri-oval. Hubert leads with 5 laps to go. Let's see, there's Steven. He's on the backstretch here. I don't think they'll catch him. Knock on wood. Now Hubert with the lead. Here comes Tompkins to the inside of Danny, and they're wrecking behind on the backstretch. Jack Mitchell, I think that's Dylan Young as well. And the caution's gonna come out with 5 to go. They race back to the line. Hubert leads us with Tompkins in second. Oh, Michael Norman, we saw him near the top 10. He's got a ton of damage. Jack Mitchell was involved, and I did see, yes, the 2-car Dylan Young also got turned around there on the backstretch. Well, wow. This changes everything. We're gonna bunch them all back up. They're gonna be 2 by 2, and we're gonna have ourselves probably about a 2-lap shootout here. If I were to guess so. This is basically gonna be a green-white checkered if you think about it. Ooh, little love tap there to the 01 from the 31. And boy, oh boy, man, we went a long time without a caution. Damn. Well, shit's about to hit the fan, folks. But first, we shall see what happened to put us under the second yellow of this event. Alrighty, y'all. Here is a look at what put us under our second caution of the day here in Kansas. It's going to happen here just outside the top 10 with the number 8 machine of Michael Norman, one of the strongest cars all race long. A 99 of Levi McIntyre. See here, riding next to Dylan Young here in the number 2. They're just exiting turn 2. On the backstretch, the 99 has to check way up, and he checks up a little bit too much. And it was just a domino effect. Into the 8, Trent gets collected in it as well, and they both slide. Well, him and Jack Mitchell both slide down the apron and in way to the infield of the backstretch there. You can see the 0-1 car off in no man's land. That just all happened so quickly. Take a look here once again. Looks like it was only about a 4-car incident, luckily. This could have been way worse since it happened near the top 10. We'll rewind to here on Levi McIntyre. Once again, has had a strong performance, but there you can see the damage there. Looks like he just got way too tight, and it's going to result in this. The 8 got a huge run on him. Couldn't slow up in time, couldn't obviously see him because he just came out of nowhere. And there you can see a lot of left side damage. There goes D. Young spinning around. Michael and Jack Mitchell. Around they go as well. And that's going to squander their hopes potentially of winning this one. And Michael comes back up under the track into traffic too. Fortunately, everyone has the awareness and gets out of the way, heads to the top side of the track. Well, my goodness gracious, that is going to put us in a very, very epic position for the ending of what has been an already amazing event here today in Kansas. Well, everyone, at the beginning of every race, I always say it is time. Well, I'm gonna say it here at the end because it is time for a green, white, checkered. I thought it was gonna come down to a one-lap shootout. No, they have put 2 laps on the board to decide this, the 12th event of the season. Our first official green, white, checkered since the Homestead event. Woo-hoo-hoo! This is going to be cinema. Who wants it the most? Will it be Matt Hubert in the 74? Will it be Anthony Tompkins who starts to his outside in that number 3 machine? This is gonna be epic, folks. This is gonna be a perfect way to send us off into the all-star break, to say the least. Here we go. It is time for a green-white checkered here at Kansas. Matt Hubert, Anthony Tompkins lead us back to the green flag, and a terrible restart for Hubert and an amazing restart for Tompkins. Sadler makes it 3 wide already. Is he the sitting duck? We'll have to find out. Tompkins to the lead, down the backstretch, 3, 4 wide behind him, all fighting for the win. Here comes Hubert with the crossover move underneath of Sadler. Oh, Danny Wells is in the wall. He's gonna drop back and his race is over. White flag in the air for Anthony Tompkins. Can he fend off Hubert? Here comes the other Anthony of McCrory with a crazy run out of turn 2. Hubert's gonna have the draft here. Is he gonna make the move to the inside? Here comes McCrory. It's gonna be the Anthony and Anthony show here at the stripe. It's not gonna be enough for McCrory. Anthony Tompkins wins it in Kansas. Oh, and they're crashing behind Marissa Samantha upside down. Nathan Hudson too. And they put 2 laps back on the board? Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. The pace car. Wait a minute. No. What the heck? The pace car's still in pit road. They took the checkered flag. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm tripping balls. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Marissa. Good Lord. We'll take a replay, but I think that's the race. It is yes, it is over. And there's Marissa. That is a very, very damaged race car. Oh my God. Well, I'll be damned. What a finish. We'll take a look at it here real quick. Anthony Tompkins. Oh, he's going to be partying hard tonight in Victory Lane, that's for sure. Alrighty, here is what happened to Marissa Samethny in the number 7 machine here at the conclusion of this one. Look at Levi McIntyre running up against the wall. Danny Wells as well. He fell back further than the number 9 machine. Wow. He was at the front near the end. And yeah, he was trying to pull the Hail Melon from Ross, trying to pull off a Ross Chastain, and it definitely failed. But anyways, Marissa, what the hell happened here? Well, there you can see, just gets tagged by Samet Oskin in the 12. This is coming across the stripe. She crosses the stripe backwards. Nathan Hudson hits her. Car goes in the outside wall and just goes for a wild ride, tumbling over end multiple times down the front stretch. And she finished 24th, but dare we say this is Clint Boyer-esque? How fitting it is for, that we're in Kansas and that's where Clint is from. And yeah, wow. Finishes on a roof down near the pit exit. That is pretty spectacular. And here is the onboard perspective with Marissa Samethi in the number 7 machine. Across the start finish line, Nathan Hudson hits her, and over she goes. And her camera is over as well. Amidst all the confusion and the chaotic ending to this one, it is indeed Anthony Tompkins who will go to victory lane here today in Kansas after a crazy ending. And how about this? Anthony and Anthony, the top 2 finishers here today. Tompkins wins it, and McCrory, who we didn't really talk about at all, finishes runner-up in 2nd. Matt Hubert got a terrible restart, and unfortunately for him, he finishes in the 3rd spot. Carlos Zimmerman, there it is. There's what I'm talking about. He has been quietly one of the most consistent drivers all season, and he racks up yet another good run. That is actually his first top 5 finish of the season. He's finished inside the top 5 4 times, and this is the first time that he has finished top 5. Big time points day. That number 4, or for that number 21 machine, finishing 4th. Austin LaPlante. Don't think I ever really talked about him either. And it was briefly. He finishes 5th. And I think it's very safe to say that that 29 machine is definitely fitting the moniker of where did he come from. Cody Lamas nearly got caught up in that first incident of the day. Comes home in 6th spot after really not even talking about him all day long besides there at the end. Crazy. Jovan Anderson finishes in 7th. Eric Sadler had one of the strongest cars all day, led a few laps. Unfortunately for him, he did not lead the most important. He finishes in 8th. Another strong running for Daniel Voiles in the number 38. He finishes 9th. And Joshua Collard rounds out the top 10, his 2nd straight 10th place finish. Taking a look here, Sean Galligan, 21st there in that number 21 machine. Desiree finishing 22nd. She was at the front all race long. What the hell happened? Finishes 22nd behind Galligan, which that's huge because now Galligan will be 1 point ahead of Desiree because they were tied coming into this one. But Cody obviously finishes way better. He is going to extend that points lead after this one. And as I mentioned, you might think it might be a controversial decision of what I did earlier, but I think it's safe to say that it saved the race for being a shit show because these 5 drivers here were just not on the pace. And they were not going to be getting their laps back anytime soon. So I had to do the very, very unfortunate honor of using the disqualification feature for the first time this season. And I apologize if this is not what you guys here that I had to DQ wanted, but it ultimately turned out to be for the betterment of the quality of the racing here at Kansas. I dearly apologize. I did not want to have to do this, but I have the power now to do this with the chat command feature, and I think it's safe to say it definitely saved the race from going down the shitter. But it is unfortunate that 2 of our top 5 standings contenders that are, well, they were top 5 now, they won't be after today. Matt McIntyre, Tim Walsh. I'm sorry, gentlemen, that this had to happen. It saved the integrity and it saved the performance and the quality of the race. They unfortunately finished 38th, 39th, respectively. And then RJ Bishop, well, he had a good run in Darlington, and now he's back down to where he has been as of late. And that's near the bottom, and unfortunately, he finishes dead last. And Danny, what? Danny and these guys were near these. I think Danny, did he not restart top 10 on the restart? And he finishes 34th. Yeah, this Kansas track, as of now, I don't have us coming back here again, but that could potentially change. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. There's the rest of your results. Back up to the top. And for the first time this season, he is loving it. It comes at this wild racetrack. The number 3 machine in victory lane for the first time in the Viagra Cup. Anthony Tompkins, congratulations, my man. a very well-deserved victory after what has been a very tough season so far for you. Currently sitting right now 32nd in points. This will definitely vault him up a bunch in the standings. It will also automatically qualify him for the All-Star race, which, by the way, stay tuned at the end. We will unveil the now 20-car field of the drivers who will automatically race in the All-Star race, and the other 22 will have to make their way in through the open event. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys in a couple of days. We head from Kansas to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for not only the All-Star Open and the All-Star race itself, but it will also be the host of the next Viagra Cup points-paying event, Viagra Cup 13. As always, if you want to join the Discord server, which is where I will post a bunch of information regarding the All-Star race festivities. The link to it is down below in the description. And as usual, I will show you all the point standings and how they run at the conclusion of this event here today. And then once again, we will unveil the field of 20 drivers who are qualified for the All-Star event. Thank you guys. It's an amazing first half of the season. We still have 18 more points-paying races, plus our All-Star race ahead. Alrighty, everyone. Did you miss me? I hope you didn't, because it is time to unveil to you all the participants who are automatically qualified into the All-Star race. We have a 20-car field as of now, but at the conclusion of the open race, it will be a 22-car field. The inaugural Viagra All-Star race at Charlotte. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get this underway quickly. And we're going to reveal to you guys the drivers who made it in by winning events this season. And the first one is the driver who won the first 2 events in historic fashion, the number 29 machine of Cody Lamas. And yes, you can see I'm unveiling to you all your paint schemes that you'll be running the All-Star event. This lovely Goodwrench alternate paint scheme here with flames on it. The number 29 machine, of course, winning Viagra Cup 1 and 2. Next is Desiree Voiles in the number 88 machine, of course, winner of Viagra Cup number 3 and the inaugural Viagra Dirt Bowl and Viagra Cup number 8. Those two are 1 and 2 in the point standings as we speak. Sky Commons, the winner at Maui and Viagra Cup number 4. There's a look at his All-Star race ride, rocking the Tony the Tiger, the Frosted Flakes camo paint scheme there. Absolutely gorgeous. It was ran in 2000 by Terry Labonte. Tim Walsh, rocking the Oreo colors, winner from Viagra Cup number 5 at Auto Club, and one of the most epic finishes of all time. The number 6 machine of Tim Fiegel, winner at Phoenix in the Viagra Mark Martin throwback there with the scratch text on him. That's an absolutely beautiful paint scheme. Obviously. Danny Wells, rocking out here a Viper-themed Dodge for the All-Star event. Of course, the winner of Viagra Cup 7 in Texas. Matt McIntyre, I'm sorry, my friend. You don't have any other alternate paint scheme. But you are here in the All-Star race rocking your Net Zero. Number 0, of course, the winner from the Classic Edition of Atlanta. Daniel Voiles, the number 38 machine in the M&M's Groovy Summer Ford, of course, the winner at Talladega. And then the last race winner, or last 2, I should say, Noah Hart, the winner from Darlington here in the Kodak Max alternate paint scheme. And of course, our winner from today, the number 3 machine of Anthony Tompkins, rocking out the Kannapolis Intimidators paint scheme on his All-Star race car. Now, to unveil to you the drivers that made it in on points. First one here is pretty obvious, and once again, there's 10 drivers here that made it in on points. The 10 highest that did not win a race. And the first, well, it's no surprise here, it is Sean Galligan in the number 23 machine. Very fitting that he's bringing out the WWE paint scheme for what is going to be a very entertaining and intense and electric race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He is automatically qualified in on points. The next driver automatically qualified in on points. Also to no surprise, here's the number 21 machine of Carlos Zimmerman, rocking a cool looking Motorcraft quality parts. Alternate throwback paint scheme there. Not really throwback, but an alternate scheme for the All-Star race. The next driver in on points will be driver number 3. Not the 3 car, but the third one in. Austin LaPlante, the number 48 machine, rocking an alternate Lowe's paint scheme for the All-Star race. The next driver in on points, the man who finished runner-up today, gained 9 spots to earn his way into the All-Star race automatically. It is Anthony McCurry, rocking the Tide Bleach Pontiac. Next driver in on points, driver the number 99 car. It is Levi McIntyre in the Velveeta Cheese, the craft paint scheme that's absolutely gorgeous looking. Next driver in on points, driver the number 77. It is Emmanuel Hartnett. That black and neon green, fierce looking Jasper 4. There you can see the headlights and the teeth on the front. Oh, that's a badass look for this paint scheme here for the 77 machine. Next driver in on points, Charles Sanford in the number 30 machine. It's its 13th in the point standing. And then the final 2 individuals automatically qualified in on points are the number 09 machine of Allie Rain, who lost 7 spots today, but is still in by the skin of her teeth into the All-Star race. And then the last driver to make it in on points is Michael Norman in the number 8 machine, the Budweiser checkered flag scheme there for him. He lost 5 spots, but he's in to the All-Star race because he is the 10th highest driver in the points who has not won a race. And Dylan Young is probably kicking himself right now because he would have been in easily, but in losing 8 spots, he has to now race his way in the race. And speaking of racing their way in, here are the rest of the drivers that will have to race their way in quickly. It is the aforementioned Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Dodge, Marissa Semethi in the 7. Once again, these are all just beautiful paint schemes here. Jack Mitchell in the 01, Steven Gonzalez in the Eagle 1 number 10, Samet Oskin in a alternate Alltel Dodge, Bobby Rodriguez in a black Ranger Ford, Nathan Hudson smeared off ice but with a little bit of silver trim on this All-Star scheme, Hiccup Bush in the all black Interstate Battery Chevy, James McLeod in an alternate number 19 machine, Eric Sadler representing Tony Stewart, winning the 2002 NASCAR Winston Cup title on his 20 machine for the All-Star race, Dylan Poteet in this Acert Technology, Cat Dodge, James Qualls in a beautiful looking alternate paint scheme there, the DuPont Chevy, Uncle Cracker on board of Kyle Matthews for the All-Star event, Dylan Ibrahimian, like an alternate singular wireless, R.J. Bishop. This is a beautiful red and silver bullet Coors Light Dodge, Charles Jackson in the Energizer Dodge, Trent Dunham in the Bobby Allison throwback, number 42 machine. This paint scheme is something else. A Yu-Gi-Oh card that was actually ran at Talladega in 2003 by, I believe, Jeff Green. Well, Joshua Collard bringing it out here for the All-Star race. Seth Cole rocking the black Sprint number 45. Checkered Shucks Cragen, the 49 machine of Zach Buchanan. Unfortunately, no alternate paint schemes or special paint schemes for Matt Hubert. And Jovan Anderson in the yellow and black Brute Rubbermaid Ford. So those are going to be the drivers that will compete. 22 drivers for 2 spots. The All-Star race. Once again, the winner of the first segment advances and the second segment as well. All for the right to earn their way into this field of 20 drivers for the All-Star race. There it is, y'all. We're finally done. I'm out. Bye-bye. Anthony!